Jackson Radio Show.
Welcome back, everybody. So I mentioned that there's pretty much been described devastating FISA document implications that actually point the finger at Barack Obama, and that's coming up, and we'll talk about it. But here's what I want to mention before we get into that. I want you to think about the mentality of the leftists who truly believe they're in the right. Now, we on our side say to ourselves, Donald Trump did nothing wrong. The Republican Party didn't collude to win the election. In fact, quite honestly, I don't know how we ever win, because the Democrats cheat their butts off. But we didn't collude with the Russians, and there's no mass cheating. We're not looking to stack the deck in terms of illegals voting and things like this. I mean, we could go on and talk about how all the things that are there. And so I want you to consider everything that has to happen for the Democrats to win, because we accuse them of cheating all the time. But here, how do we say they cheat? We say, well, they're bringing in these illegals and double registering voters and things like this. Now, we're rarely accused of that. What they accuse us of is they say they're voter suppression. They don't want to let people have valid vote. You know, they want to require valid voter ID because they know that will depress the vote. So they say we're oppressors and we're keeping people from doing things. Now, I want you to just think in the civilized world how you could keep someone who's motivated to vote, and all they got to do is get an ID. The same thing they need to get beer, liquor, fly, all the different things. And they say that's oppression. And then we say, but wait a minute, you're moving people around, bussing in churches and things like that. Do we ever get accused of bussing in voters to flip an election? The answer is no. How many election fraud deals have you seen us be involved in? Do we accept foreign money? Do we, have these elaborate, dinners? And I mean, I know at the highest level we do have these dinners, but I'm saying when you look at the types of activities that the Democrats have in comparison to us, where they have Hollywood level fundraisers, it seems like on an everyday basis, there's no comparison. There's no comparison to the money that comes in from the left to influence elections. That's why I said they can be happy about winning Wisconsin or winning Virginia or whatever. That's individual elections where people pour money in. These guys rally, they cheat, they do everything, they connive, and all we do is go, well, we'll see what happens. So, but all that said, I want you to ask yourself, what happens when these guys figure out that they've been wrong? When they find out that Barack Obama was somehow complicit in exactly what we just talked about with FISA, that Hillary Clinton and her team really did collude. I'm just telling you, I talked about 2018 being a bad year for Democrats in general, and particularly for Obama, and I used something from Tony Shaffer, who's a Fox News an analyst like myself, and he says, a few months after liberals were laughing at Trump over the claim that Obama wiretapped them throughout the elections, Trump finally obtained exoneration. And this is actually true. Obama did really wiretap Trump through the presidential campaign. Tony Shaffer, previous intelligence official, now exposed Obama, blaming him that this is not just a federal offense, but could lead to Obama getting felony charges. Shaffer's terrible statement about Obama's future is quite shocking, especially through the minds of liberals all over America. Now, just stopping there for just a second. I know people are like, okay, it's a felony. Is Obama going to get charged? Quite frankly, I don't even care about that. There's a bigger implication. If Obama can be in prison, he says it might be the first time an ex-president could be accountable for a criminal offense. I believe it is really possible he acted outside of the range of his responsibilities. This is Shaffer still saying this in an interview. Of course he did. He explained that Obama utilizing government assets to wiretap Trump for the purpose of having Hillary in the office because he wished that by doing so, he would generate dirt on Trump to destroy his presidential race, obviously is a crime. Now, the left say that's a lie. You guys are trying to, influence this and make us believe this, that, and the other. And they say that's Fox talk. That's what Fox News would say. I want you to stop and ask yourself for 1 second, what are these clowns going to say when the truth comes out? Because it's about to come out. And many of you guys were, it isn't out yet, but many of you have been naysayers, and I've been telling you in 2018, the truth is going to come out. 2017, Trump said, look, I got to have a track record. I got to have something that you go, man, this dude is good. So he focused on the economy. Good for him, because it's inarguable that this is one of the best economies in the history of this nation. He's got this thing humming. He's got leftist companies coming back going, shoot, man, we better get in on this gravy train. Why do I need to take my money thousands of miles away, have to deal with all the issues of other governments when I know this government? It's kind of like saying you had a girlfriend, she wasn't that bad, but she started getting a little needy. So you said, you know what, I'll have this long distance relationship for a bit. And the next thing you know, a girlfriend comes back and she says, hey, you know, I'm really sorry. I was too needy. And, if you'll give me another shot, I'll prove to you that I can be the girl that you met. And you do, and you find out, holy cow, she really is. That's what's happening. Or boyfriend for you ladies out there. There's a lot of ladies. But you get what I'm saying. So Donald Trump focused on this economy. Yeah. Was he putting out fires with Russia and China and trade and international policy? Absolutely. Did he put NATO on notice? Absolutely. Did he say to Middle Eastern countries, you're going to handle terrorism because we're going to be focusing on our economy? And then in the meantime, bringing back these fat deals for the military and so on and so forth? Absolutely he did. And you know what else he's managed to do that nobody's talked about? What's the debt? Have we talked about the debt going to 22 trillion under Trump? No, it's steady. It's steady. It's not growing. In fact, it was negative. He had taken money off the debt. Do you think the media talks about that? So Trump focused on the economy. And now stock market's booming. Companies are coming back. He made a liar out of Barack Obama, a bald-faced liar. And everybody associated with him, they said he can't keep companies in America. They're going away. Trump says, I'll keep them. And not only that, I'll bring some back. How about that? You ready to go all in? So he focused on it. He needed wins, and he needed easy wins. And here's what you can rely. Let me calm down. I want you to be calm. Trump can do this in his sleep. He hasn't even started working hard. Y'all think I'm joking. I'm not even kidding you. I know guys like him. This is 101. He hasn't gotten to 201, and God forbid 401 if you're in college. You know what I'm talking about. He's still freshman level stuff. And so now, when you look at everything that's going on, he's got credibility. He's told you the media lies. They will not tell you the good news. They don't want you to know everything I'm doing because it will destroy their narrative. And when he's done with them, he can focus on this other stuff. And this other stuff is big. Let me just tell you. The man who boasted of transparency as a hallmark to his presidency showed anything but that. Obama told you exactly what his administration was when he commented that his administration was scandal-free. Let's all do it together. Whatever the left tells you is exactly opposite. He knew his administration was full of scandal. And so my buddy Dan Bongino, he was on Fox News, and he said, look, this FISA report that's going to come out, he says, this is a quote, take it to the bank. The FBI FISA docs are devastating for the Dems. The whole image of a benevolent Barack Obama they've disingenuously tried to portray is about to be destroyed. The real Obama, the vengeful narcissist, is going to be exposed for all to see. I feel like I'm reading biblical prophecy. Dan, he's on the inside of this stuff. Former Secret Service agent, Turbo Barack Obama. And he's got let me tell you, Bongino's got no vendetta. He's not, like mad at these guys for anything. He would have taken a bullet for that fool. But he also knows the truth. He knows how government runs, and he's tried to run for office a few times himself and failed. But I'm going to tell you, he's spot on with this. The Democrats are so panicked. I'm just telling you, you don't even want to know what's going on in D.C. on their end. And here's the good news. They have no way to keep this tempest in the teapot. None at all. This is done. And I'm going to tell you why in just a second. And it has to do with the courage that it takes to finally say we're going to confront these things, and to understand that you're going to lose some power, if you will, in government, but by exposing it, the people that help are going to gain a lot of power. We'll be back.
Kevin Jackson
on the Black Sphere Radio Network.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.